guys like Spider-Man? One of the most hyped games of the year comes out in just about a month. This is a game that I've been looking extremely forward to since I beat it back in 2018 on the PlayStation 4. So I thought, hey, I'll do a video about how much I love that game. But you know what would be even more interesting than that? Playing the little definition of a mediocre game that I played back when it came out because I hadn't played a Spider-Man game since it came out on Nintendo 64 and I was actually kind of low-key hyped for it. Oh god, what was it? No, it wasn't that game. No, it wasn't that one. That one was way too good. No. I'll play that game when I'm fucking dead. You guys hear that? Oh my god! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not wearing this little fucking cup. Okay, that's... God, okay. Wow, that's much better.
Ah, yes. I remember this game now. I thought it was good when it came out because the only other experience I had with the Spider-Man game was... So I was excited to play an actual open-world Spider-Man game that I could swing around in and switch to different costumes. And to be fair, I had never got to see this type of Spider-Man game before, so my expectations were low. Real low. Like this low. So when I played the whole game and completed it, I was actually pretty satisfied. I saw the movie and I liked that one too. I didn't realize everyone else hated it until I got on the internet.
The guy with the blueprint.
Oh, you guys hate this movie? Yeah, I hate this movie too. Spider-Man 3 was way better. You guys hate that movie too?
This game was made by the developer Beenox. They've made hit games like the B-Movie game, a whole bunch of Skylanders games, and the Spider-Man games I never got to play but always wanted to. I was actually going to make this video about one of those games, but I can't because they're over $100 each. What the fuck? So after 9 years and 2 incredible Spider-Man games, I completely forgot what this game was like. It can't be that bad. Can it? The story starts off with showing you Uncle Ben's death. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you've seen this 100 times. Just in case you forgot what happened to Spider-Man's uncle. Like everybody didn't already know that. Oh look, great value Andrew Garfield. It continues with looking for Uncle Ben's killer, which derails very quickly into introducing the first of 7 villains in this game. Yes, 7. And you may be thinking to yourself, how in the world is this game going to fit 7 villains into it? Well, very easily, as long as you don't spend more than 10 minutes on each one. Is the answer. Uncle Ben's killer unfortunately runs into Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, which then murders Uncle Ben's killer. Spider-Man runs into the aftermath of this and sees CK written in blood on the walls.
Maybe you should not write your initials in blood on the wall where you killed the person at. This is supposed to be a professional serial killer. How has he not been caught yet? He's killed so many people.
So basically, the premise of this game is looking for the killer to the killer that killed Uncle Ben. They cram so much into this 3.5-hour game, it is not even funny. Seriously. It is not funny one bit.
Your goon said you were ugly, but whoa! He was being charitable.
God, I don't know exactly what it is about the voice actor, but after getting spoiled by Yuri Lowenthal and other voice actors I've come to appreciate in the past few years, I just do not like this version of Peter Parker at all.
Based on my experience, research, the police aren't big fans of vigilantes.
The voice actor has charisma, I can sense it, and I can kind of hear it, but the writing is just plain fucking awful. Just listen to one of the jokes Spider-Man makes towards Max Dillon.
You're Mr. Spider-Man! Just Spider-Man. Mr. Spider-Man was my father.
No joke. As soon as I heard Max say Mr. Spider-Man, I knew exactly where that joke was going. I knew it was going to be, oh, Mr. So-and-so was my father. Why would you put that there? That is just lazy and easy writing. Of course. God, we've heard that 1,000 times. It doesn't make any sense.
Spider-Man also says the same damn thing over and over while fighting in this game, and saying it gets old would be an understatement. And listen, I know Spider-Man says the same kind of quips over and over. Eventually, you have to reuse some of the audio that has been recorded by the voice actors, but it really sounds like they did not record a lot for this game at all. His mood and attitude never really feels consistent. It's all over the place. Along with his hands and arm movement, he moves like a damn Power Ranger in this game.
Why can't you and the Russians play nice?
Huh? Are you kidding? After what they've been doing to our people, Then my guys feel like they have to escalate. You know, it's bad for business. But what are you gonna do, huh?
Stop it, and you're gonna tell me how.
I'm not sure you can. You ask me, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better, huh?
Carnage, don't kill people. That is wrong. Do not do that. You know that's the wrong thing to do. I'm Spider-Man. I can't see, you cannot see my mouth, so I must move a lot with my arm.
It's so sudden and overly expressive to the point that it's cheesy as hell. It seems like the voice actor recorded his lines and then someone else just mocapped over his lines after they recorded without hearing them first and just made it up on the day. This shouldn't seem like a big deal, but it's very distracting at times. Some nice things that I can say about Peter Parker in this game is that it genuinely seems like he's a nice guy. Like, Spider-Man refuses to kill or injure or seriously injure anyone in this game.
You wish you were strong enough to be like me. Admit it. Give in to it.
Peter genuinely seems like he wants to be the best person he can possibly be. So I guess the dialogue and exaggerated movement is just a little too cheesy for me personally. Now, I do have a lot more issues with the fighting mechanics in this game.
You're gonna pay for what you've done, Spider-Man!
I can't really say much about the fighting. It's very, very basic and a little button mashy. But one thing I did like is the Spider Sense mechanic while fighting. Spidey Sense will alert you as soon as the enemy is about to attack. You can then press triangle to dodge and counterattack the enemy, and the window to hit the dodge button is not too easy and it's not too hard either. I felt like they actually hit a pretty good balance with this. You can even dodge and counterattack 2 enemies at once, which honestly feels pretty cool to pull off. You also have this other mechanic called Seismic Blast, which Spidey loves way too much.
Spidey dance party! Well, more of a seismic blast, really. No one gets left out when I use the seismic blast. Seismic blast has a way of bringing people together. On the floor. Oh, seismic blast. Is there anything you can't make better?
God, I'll get it. I'll just use this move over and over and over and over because it's obviously the best thing about combat in this game.
This just knocks enemies back with minimal damage and staggers larger enemies for a little bit. There are other minor abilities like webbing guns to the ground and web zipping towards enemies and webbing enemies up in general, but this doesn't really do much except freeze the enemy for a tiny bit. Anytime I had the option to fight, I just wouldn't. It got old so very quickly. I'd rather take the enemies down stealthily or just zip right past them and get on with the story. The quips sure as hell did not motivate me to fight any more than I had to.
And everyone still kisses your tuchus, which must take what, like a week? A lot of ground to cover is what I'm saying.
There just isn't much variety here, which makes my goopy goblin gamer brain very sad and bored as shit. But at least there's always one thing I can count on to be fun in a Spider-Man game: the web swinging. They can't possibly mess this one up. There's no freaking way they can. Okay, so I'm not going to be negative about every single thing in this game. The web swinging is very alright. It was great at the time that the game came out, and this game approaches web swinging in a unique way at least. I liked a lot of what they did here. You press the L trigger and it attaches the web to the left side of a building, and you use the R trigger to attach the web to the right side of the building. You can hold down both triggers when a web is attached to go even faster. You can actually build up a lot of speed and momentum this way. You also have this cool trick where you can do like a slingshot in the middle of web swinging. I don't really know how useful it is since it takes a while to set up, and you probably could have just gone that distance by normal web swinging instead. But it's still fun to use, and honestly it seems like a good idea if it was just a little bit faster to set up. You can really feel the momentum and gravity when Spider-Man is falling or going really fast. The developers did a good job with that. Let's see, what else is good?
Oh, Spider-Man does this little web zip automatically so he doesn't hit the ground. It's pretty cool.
Now that the good stuff is out of the way, let's rip right into this. It might just be me, but you run into every damn thing while swinging around in the city. Spider-Man also kind of dips way lower when he's web swinging past a building. Like, you'll be swinging around and he just seems like he goes way lower than he's supposed to. I was constantly running into buildings and the other top of buildings, just all over the place. The wall run mechanic just wasn't integrated well with the other traversal mechanics. Spider-Man does not smoothly transition into wall running if he runs into a building. You just kind of smack into it and wait for a second, and then you can start wall running. Again, the web swinging isn't horrible. It's just mid.
But that is a huge problem because that is the main way you get around this world. So if most of the time spent is mid, getting to the next mission or side mission, that's very bad. That's very bad in a Spider-Man game when swinging is supposed to be the best thing about it. That's not good.
One other thing this game has that is unique is the web rush mechanic. Basically, it's like Spidey Vision. You hold R1 and you can look around the city or open areas to zip right to that location. This is very useful for getting around way more accurately. You can actually go where you're meant to go to. And I didn't actually use it that much, but I do appreciate how it slows down time and it gives you a second to actually look around and figure out where you want to go without just smacking into a damn building. This makes me think what Peter would see as he's swinging around, but sometimes you'll swing around too much and notice you can grab onto a helicopter. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know I could ride helicopters in this game. Wait, no. I just want to continue the story. No, please. Ah, god damn it.
Oh boy, much obliged, Spidey.
Anytime, Stan.
This game has side missions. You can see I was doing air quotes, and a lot of them. There's the building on fire side mission, the beat up the gang terrorizing a street side mission, and the other side missions that I can't think of at the time because I didn't actually play them because I just wanted to get on with the story. And because I didn't play them, I actually became an enemy in the public eye. That's right. This game has a karma system for Spider-Man. But I do get that. You don't decide to save people, the news lets the people know about it. The news lets people know that you had the ability to save these people and you just didn't want to do it or you didn't decide to do it. And that would affect the people's perception of Spider-Man. But the fact that it spreads throughout the entire city and you get attacked by drones, enemies, and other obstacles that prevent you from just wanting to free roam the city?
That's bullshit. If I don't do the side missions, I don't get to have fun swinging around the open world because it punishes me for not doing said side missions. I'm getting constantly hit by drones and other shit. I get that the developers wanted an incentive for you to do those side missions, but they did it in a horrible way. If you don't decide to do it, it just punishes the player for having fun. I just want to swing around and not be interrupted by a damn drone for 5 seconds. This is the main reason why I focused on the story and nothing else. I just wanted to get this over with. Swinging wasn't even fun. It was just fine. It was mid.
There's not really much else I can say about the side missions except the very first side mission. I actually really liked it because look, I saved Stan Lee. Maybe I should just give the game a 10 out of 10 for letting me do that.
Hey, somebody stop that guy! He just robbed me! Hey, kid, a little help?
Not my problem.
Fuck you, Spider-Man, and the boat you rode on!
This is absolutely the biggest gripe I have with the game. This story sucks balls.
I had to become a man. Spider-Man.
It seems like the developers of the game were told by Sony to integrate parts of the movie or make it feel like it's kind of like the movie, even though the storyline is completely different. Characters that weren't even mentioned in the movie show up, other characters are missing completely. I didn't even realize until halfway through this game that Gwen Stacy wasn't even mentioned one time. It just doesn't make sense to me. Sony should have just let Beenox do what they wanted to and make an original Spider-Man game or story, since they kind of just did that here, but with the Amazing Spider-Man logo plastered on the front and the suit looks the same as the movie. And the movie stuff was just mixed in forcefully. For example, Max Dillon, aka Electro, was in the movie prominently.
However, in this game, he shows up twice. I'm not joking. First, you see him as Max Dillon and you're evacuating Oscorp, and then the next time you see him, he's Electro and he wants to fucking kill you. That doesn't make any sense. It just jumps all over the place. All of a sudden, he is just there, he's Electro, and then you gotta defeat him. It feels like a completely different person from this guy right here. This game does not make any sense.
There's no cutscene explaining what happened to him, nothing. He's a normal guy and then he's Electro, and then he explodes. Harry Osborn is in this too. Oh, and guess what? You see him a few times before he just pops up as the Green Goblin. No explanation beforehand. These two villains that were just in the movie as key plot points are just forced in here.
I just want to mention this here. The Green Goblin's voice is it is so bad. It is so bad, man. It's just, I mean, just listen to it.
Does it look like me? No. Harry Osborn's dead thanks to you. All that's left is the garbage. You could always waiting for Daddy to come and hug.
God, this guy is so annoying. I wish I could just smash his face into the side of a... God damn, Spider-Man. Jesus Christ.
The main villains that are focused on in the story are Kraven the Hunter, Kingpin, and Carnage. I say that very loosely because you speak with these people 2 or 3 times max and then it's on to the next thing. Immediately, it's at a breakneck pace, just go, 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 trying to get the story over with as soon as possible, trying to move on to the next thing. Craven wants to teach you how to hunt, and then like 3 missions later you find out that he wants to kill Spider-Man since he's the ultimate trophy. You speak to Wilson Fisk as Peter Parker once, and then Spider-Man talks to him. Turns out he hates Spider-Man, surprise, surprise. And Carnage, why can't I say that? And Carnage is just a serial killer. Honestly, he is the coolest part of the game. There were some dialogue choices that surprised me. Some of the shit Cletus said is so dark. I mean, he is a serial killer, so it makes sense, but in this game, it just feels out of place. But not in a bad way. Like, it's a breath of fresh air after all of this cringiness.
The one line I'll focus on is when Spider-Man's talking about death. It's honestly kind of beautiful. I mean, just listen to this.
The meaning, the truth, the secrets it reveals about all of us that we're afraid to see.
I can tell you that. Death is a part of life. It happens. Sometimes for a reason, sometimes for no reason. You're wasting your time looking for some cosmic answer in death. Life is where you find meaning. And buddy, you've wasted yours.
Okay, first I'm hearing the most cringy jokes out of a red and blue Power Ranger, and then I'm actually in deep existential thought about death and life.
Is this game mid or not, damn it?
What I do know for a fact that is not mid are the graphics for this game.
I'll never stop looking for Uncle Ben's killer. Never.
Okay, so the graphics are actually pretty damn good for this 2014 game, especially for a movie tie-in type game. Looking at Spider-Man's OG suit, it looks incredible. You can even see the extreme detail in the suit, the different fibers and the material and the patterns. The eyes reflect what looks like the city. I mean, the city itself looks good. Now you can tell this game uses major mocap, but to the point that it's just bad. The Kingpin's neck looks like it shouldn't even be attached. But other than that, Beenox did a great job getting this game out within a limited time frame and still managed to make the game look good. But that sure as hell doesn't help the game's story at all. I'll just mention this here because I thought it was at least worth bringing up. The variety of suits in this game, they're just fantastic. They're incredible. The detail they put into the suits and models look almost like a game that would come out today. But of course, there's a downside to this. You can't just switch suits on the fly or in the pause screen like you can in Spider-Man 2018. You have to go all the way back to Aunt May's house and sit through 2 long-ass loading screens to use the suit that you want. That doesn't even include having to find the train or swing all the way to the train just to get to the house. You can't fast travel to the house. There's no fast travel in this game. You have to find the train, get on the train, sit through a loading screen, switch through the suits, select the suit, go downstairs, go outside Aunt May's house, sit through another loading screen, and then you can use the suit. So it just kind of makes me want to stick with one suit to avoid wasting all of that time looking at a loading screen. It just seems useless. It's cool to look at though.
Enough said. Enough said.
Now I know the developers did what they could, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but unfortunately this game was just not fun or good to me. And unfortunately this was one of the last games that Beenox made before they became a machine that just kind of puts Call of Duties out every year. Even when I played this game back in 2014, and remember, the last Spider-Man game I played before this was on the Nintendo 64, I had no urge to replay it, to just swing around for fun, to do any of the side missions, nothing. I was just completely done with this game. It wasn't horrible, it wasn't good. Now that I've played Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales, it is incredibly hard not to compare these games. But that's exactly why I tried not to compare The Amazing Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man 2018, because they are completely different games. It just doesn't make any sense to compare them. They were 2 completely different time periods. But it does kind of make me appreciate and more excited for Spider-Man 2. Just seeing the trailer, seeing the quality of this game, I kind of forgot what it was like to play a bad Spider-Man game, or a bad game in general. And again, the Beenox did a great job. I'm sure they did the best they could, but it does put it in perspective for me. And somehow this makes me even more incredibly hyped for Spider-Man 2. Just seeing the trailer and the quality of the mocap, the story, the graphics, writing, everything about it just seems high quality and incredible. It really shows how much care and love Insomniac puts into a Spider-Man game. You can really see it. They want to make a good game with a good story, and it obviously shows. Honestly, I think playing a mid to bad game every once in a while really cleanses the palate of a gamer and makes them appreciate what a good game really is. All I can say is that I am so damn hyped for Spider-Man 2. Let's go, baby! Let's go! It's just about a month. I'm so excited. I got the controller right here. I tried ordering the cover plates. Where are they at, Sony? I tried ordering them. I was waiting in the queue for 10 minutes. Couldn't find them. I looked everywhere. I got on Amazon, Walmart. I couldn't find them anywhere. I just want to pay $65 for a damn cover plate. I don't want to buy a whole new PS5. Please don't make me buy a PS5, Sony. Please. Please don't make me buy a new PS5. I will do it, but please don't make me do it. Please, just make the covers more available. That's all I'm asking. Let's go, Spider-Man 2. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Mets. Yeah, baby. Let's go, Mets. Put it all on the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.